serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years. From design to install, upgrades, and repair, if you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln area. We are going to keep this train rolling in a big way with new half-ton and 4x4 pickup trucks starting at $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You heard that right, $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You pick which one works better for you. Please stop on in the dealership and meet the team or check us out at coppellcars.com. Stock number C280930. All deals with approved credit.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's.
Herbstreit's in the drive-thru again. Oh, hey, Kirk. What can I get you today?
I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers that are real difference makers. Sprinkle cut fries with dynamic ridge patterns, Texas toast, and cane sauce with an air of smugness that comes from knowing you're the best. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup. One love.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Acreage owner getting ready for winter? Make it easy with John Deere compact tractors and gators from Acres Equipment. Add snow blowers, front blades, cabs, heaters, and loaders to tackle every chore. Right now, in-stock units are priced to move with competitive financing to fit your budget. Get winter ready today at acres.com. Acres Equipment, your acreage handled. Financing subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial. Not all customers qualify. See dealer for details.
You've got used to one segment of Good Takes in the morning, but now there's a full show of Good Takes at night. Welcome into Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, everybody, we are live in studio, Lincoln, Nebraska. It is time for Raff's Good Take on Sports. I'm with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Harrison, with the new haircut. I promised you that I was going to come to Lincoln, Nebraska to see the new haircut, and I did not let you down.
You actually showed up all the way from Bama.
And let me tell you, there was a point today where I thought maybe I was going to let you down because the airlines. Oh, the
Is
airlines.
it still problematic?
No, but I'm going to tell you a story today. What happened to me when I got on the plane in Huntsville, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I will not name the airline. So we get on the we get on the plane, and we're ahead of time. There's probably about maybe 20 people on the plane. I mean, I got leg room. I'm good to go. Tall guy. You know, that's the best thing when no
outside aisle, inside.
I was next to the window.
I figured you'd be like, want the outside.
See, I don't, because my knee hits everything that comes through.
Okay. I noticed that. I just go pull it in when it is, but I always take the outside because I can stretch my legs out.
Yeah.
being in the window is nice, but I feel so cramped.
See, I like getting in the window and like curling up in a little ball. But if no one's next to me, then I can spread out.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can just marry a really tiny girl.
That is beneficial.
Like I tell her all the time that's one of the main reasons I married her is I put her in the middle and I have plenty of room because I get half of her leg space.
Also, the person on the end probably likes that maneuver a lot more as well. As opposed to having to sit right against the raft.
It's tremendous. But so today, half empty plane, got plenty of leg room, ready to go. I'm coming to Nebraska. Everything's going good. And the pilot comes on. He goes, ladies and gentlemen, we have been rerouted. And with that rerouting, we don't have enough gas in the plane.
Whoa.
And I'm like, that's a new one. I've never heard not enough gas in the plane. So I'm thinking, what kind of reroute is this?
Yeah, it's going to be a major reroute.
Must be a major reroute. So we sit in the plane for about 20 minutes and they get the gas in the plane and the pilot comes on and he goes, all right, we got the gas in the plane, but I'm just checking it on the reroute. Apparently there was another reroute, or there was never a reroute to begin with, or there was no gas in the plane to begin with. I'm going with A, no gas in the plane to begin with. So he comes back on the intercom and he goes, the original flight was supposed to be an hour and 38 minutes. The new flight was an hour and 50 minutes. So I'm thinking, so a 12-minute difference in routing, we needed gas. So I'm thinking to myself, so how much gas was in this plane? Like if we would have took off with that hour and 38-minute route and we would have got to Chicago and it'd have been like, oh, hey, we're out of gas. We can't circle the runway if say the pattern is full.
I was going to say like a 12-minute reserve of gas.
Yeah. So now I'm questioning, where we're at in gas in these planes. How high or how much extra gas do you need in a plane to take off? Like I'm thinking to myself, there's sometimes you get to the airport and the runways are full and they circle around. That's happened to me in Charlotte where we've circled around the city of Charlotte a couple times waiting for so I'm like, so we didn't have 12 extra minutes of gas or 15 minutes extra of gas.
And we would have taken off with that if we didn't have the delay. Because then you would be in trouble if you had to, say go around or if you were coming in, another plane was landing.
Yeah. And so we make it to Chicago. We made up a little bit of time.
I feel like that someone was lying or just totally misspoke. That doesn't make any sense in the world.
Oh, trust me.
I have a hard time believing 12 minutes worth of gas.
Yeah. And it's like, I want the full gas. I mean, if we were low on gas at the minute or the hour and 38-minute mark, I want 3 hours in gas. So I'm able to circle the run just in case we need extra gas.
I just always assumed it's a full tank every time.
No, that I know that's not true because the gas truck, watch when you go to the airport, the gas truck's never out unless it needs gas. But how much extra gas is mandatory. So if you're a pilot out there or somebody that works for the airlines, how much extra gas on top of your flight do you need to take off? Like if you have a 2-hour flight, do you have to have 2.5 hours of gas, 3 hours of gas? How much extra gas is needed? Because I've never thought about this until today because I was like, so hour and 38-minute flight, we were fine on gas. A reroute, we need more gas. That it only ended up being like 15 minutes, 17 minutes longer.
There is a number.
There is
a reserve that is required. Do you have a guess?
Are we doing time wise or
time?
I'm going to say
kind of alarming.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Half an hour.
Whew.
That's all you got. So if you miss your flight, you're counting down for half an hour before you're out of gas. That's a lot tighter than I would. Now that's the required.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of surprising.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like you got 30 minutes to get, wonder if you get to the airport and something happens on one of the runways and wow.
It does say commercial flights often carry an extra hour or more.
Yeah. I'm hoping
I doubt like they're just going 30.
So where were we at today? Do you think 15 minutes over? So we had to get 15 more minutes to get up to did they top us off today? Or did they just give us the extra 15 minutes to get us to 30 minutes?
I don't know.
Man, this is a dilemma.
Opening questions that I've never had before. Now I'm going to be worried. I'm going to ask the pilot when I hop on, like, hey, did you check the gas before we're taking off here?
I mean, I've never thought about that till today, but I've never gotten a plane where they said we're low on fuel.
I've never had that either.
And then did we have any fuel at all? And then the pilot that got finished flying last night, why didn't he put a little note saying, hey, by the way, I might want to fill this plane up with gas before you load it tomorrow morning?
Yeah, I got to do that with the U-Haul when I bring it back. Fill it up.
Fill it up. Yeah. Rewind your VCR tape. You remember VCR tapes?
Where it's got, that's the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had the Fox and the Hound. That was like my childhood movie.
Okay.
I had that on the VCR.
So back in the day, Blockbuster.
Uh-huh.
They used to.
I remember Blockbuster.
And the rule was you had to rewind your movie when you took it back, or else they'd fine you. Like I think it was like a couple bucks, maybe $5.
That's okay. Yeah. See, like I never got to. I was so young that my mom would rewind it and stuff. I didn't. So you actually have to physically rewind it.
Well, you
or did
just
the VCR
rewind
do
on
it
the
for
VCR?
you?
Yep.
Okay.
And the sign at the Blockbusters were, "Be kind, rewind."
That's a good slogan.
Yeah, I liked it.
I think they still have one left.
Yeah, I think so. Like
purely for the purpose of being the one left.
Just the one left.
Yeah, because everybody remembers Blockbuster, and I do miss that era. Like I remember the bowling practice, like Pee Wee bowling. We'd all just go and look at all the movies.
Yeah,
and it was the best thing ever. And then eventually you'd see some of those like rated M for mature covers. You'd be like, whoa, see if we can convince mom to go get this one for us.
Well, think of all the things that have, like for me especially, you're a little bit younger, so you haven't seen as much, but some of the stuff that was so popular, and then it went from being like Blockbuster Video. I mean, in the 80s, you go to Blockbuster, the new movie would come out, and they'd have like 5 of them, and that was it. You had to wait for them to bring it back. You'd be on a waiting list.
That's crazy. So you'd have to wait for like,
yeah. Like for instance, let's say like Landman comes to mind for me, for instance.
Yeah.
It's on streaming. Well, say Landman came out on VCR tape. There'd be 5 that would come to your local Blockbuster. Well, there's a lot of people that want to watch Landman. So you have all these people waiting. Like there'd be times a new movie would come out on VCR tape and you'd have to wait, 2-3 weeks for it to be in. And then it was the luck of the draw. Like when you walked in, like the thing was this was always the thing. You'd walk up, you'd look, and they'd have the picture of the movie on the box.
Yep.
And then behind it would be the VCR tape. You look and it'd be empty. But you're like, okay, they're empty. However, there's one other thing. You'd walk up to the person at the counter and you'd be like, by chance, has anybody brought in Landman?
Oh, they haven't stopped
and they would
it yet?
check and see. And then sometimes you'd get lucky and you ended up getting a VCR. You'd get that movie. But man, I'll tell you what, but like Blockbuster, I mean, just crazy company thinking this is gonna be forever.
Yeah,
and then,
well, Redbox happened as a result.
And then I look at Redbox.
And now Redbox, everyone's just like, they're kind of just sitting in front of CVS, is not doing any business now. It's streaming took over everything.
It's incredible. Listeners out there, what is something that used to be amazing and the company was doing amazing, and then all of a sudden it just wasn't needed no more? Ooh.
Well, you know what? I have
payphones.
Yeah, I never got into the payphone era.
Okay, well, I was towards the end of the payphone era.
I used to think that was only like a England thing.
I remember there was a payphone that sat right out there, right on the corner there of O Street.
Seriously?
Oh yeah, I remember when the payphones were out there.
What is it? Was it a quarter? Was that like the?
Yep, 1 quarter to make a call.
Infinite time or limited?
Limited. I think it was like maybe 10 minutes, possibly.
Okay, that's plenty though.
Do you remember long distance? You used to have to pay for long distance phone calls.
I think that's still true today, right?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
I don't. International calls, I think you still pay for, but long distance.
What do you mean by long distance then?
Like if, say, Hardington.
Yeah.
If you called Hardington.
That's a long distance call?
Long distance phone, and you'd be charged for it.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, that sucks. I was thinking international.
Yeah, international. Yeah, they still charge for that, but
yeah, which makes sense.
So back in the day, I mean, man, that's probably about 25 years ago, probably. If you call Hardington, you could only call your parents or whatever for like, 15 or 20 minutes because you'd probably have like a $10 long distance phone bill.
Well, real quickly, and we'll hop back into that, but we do got an answer on the gas.
Oh,
unknown texter 8985 talking about Raff's flights and how they had to refuel. He says, I don't know the specifics of how much fuel they carry, but I know they have to try as little as possible in case of a crash to minimize the duration of any fires. So that makes sense. So you don't want to just have tons of excess gas in there in case something happens. But he does say, I'm shocked they actually admitted they were low on fuel, though. That is strange to me. I wouldn't want to do that if I was the pilot.
Well, it's always so funny because it seems like I always get these crazy flights. It always happens.
I always end up with a college kid who's drinking and has to use the bathroom 100 times.
Oh, yeah.
Those make me so upset. When I got the last time I came in Mesa, Arizona for like a bachelor trip, and we went golfing. But on the way there, this kid, nice kid. I mean, he probably, I think it was like a 2-3 hour flight. He probably got up like 15 times. And it got to the point where I was feeling embarrassed for him. I was like, man, I have to keep getting up. Everyone's looking at this kid like, geez, man.
Well, that's a whole nother thing for me. Raff in the laboratory. That is my greatest.
That's not a good spot for you to be.
That is my greatest fear in America, is that. And then it's even a worse fear if you're on a tiny plane, if you're on one of those little like Bombardier or whatever.
If you're flying like Allegiant, they got some of those smaller ones.
Yeah, they hold like 60 people.
Yep.
And the laboratories are so. I mean, I can barely wedge myself in. I mean, that is the greatest fear of my life, is having to use the restroom on an airplane.
I just never feel comfortable, because when you're back there, especially if it's a smaller plane, like when you're just trying to get the business done, like you're leaning and you're just kind of like swaying, trying to hold it. It's kind of a mess. I mean, it's not comfortable anymore.
It's just you're wedged in. It is the most.
And then on the other side, you just got like 2 flight attendants.
Oh,
it is high pressure situation.
It is the greatest fear. The greatest fear of mine is having to use the laboratory.
I try to make sure I don't have to.
Yeah, me too. But sometimes you're like, but it's like, yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. And then I don't know, like the drinking on the plane too. I'm not super big into that.
Well, yeah, but that too, because it's like,
so if I have to get up,
use the laboratory.
Yeah, then I'm like, I don't want to do that in the plane. I just want to get to my
I like to be as dehydrated as possible walking onto an airplane.
I'm not that extreme.
I want to be no need, no chance. And then also, I like sitting next to the window.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have to use the lavatory, so Tracy's in the middle, so she's fine because she's tiny. I can slide by her, but that person next to her, they've either got to get up, and then if the cart's going down the aisle, I mean, there's just so many things that scare me about having to use the lavatory on an airplane.
I'm just not a big flyer in general. I'll do it. I have bad luck with them. I feel like
it's so crazy. Like for a year and a half, 2 years, I was flying down to Alabama a lot, probably once, twice a month. And I was so today, like thinking to myself, I'm like, I am so happy that I don't have to fly every month or every 2 weeks anymore, that I'm there. I don't have to worry about that. If I fly, I want it to be non-strenuous. Like today, the only strain that I had was I wanted to get back to see your new haircut. That was it. So I felt no pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wanted to make my plane. I did want to make the plane because just the fiasco. I was like,
how early do you show up at airports? I always show up way too early.
Well, at some airports, yes, you've got to do that, but we're lucky, especially like the Lincoln. I'll be flying out of the Lincoln Airport on Sunday. And you probably can get there, if you're not checking bags, you probably could get there 45 minutes before your flight.
Yeah.
And be just fine. Huntsville today, I flew out at 7:30. I got there we got there at about 6:30, and I was the only person in the security line. I was the only it was crazy. So you could probably get there 45 minutes and still be fine. So, but then you go to places like Dallas, Denver, and in Dallas, like you're going to be in the security, especially in the morning, you're going to be there for probably a good, half an hour, 25, 30.
Yeah. Those big ones like Atlanta Airport too. Atlanta's massive. That's another one. You're going to take a while.
Yeah. So I really like starting my flights like in a Huntsville. Nashville's not bad. Nashville, the lines they go pretty fast. I've been very impressed flying out of Nashville, that they have a lot of security lines. So when they get those open and kick in, you get through them pretty fast. But yeah, I definitely like starting my flights with easy security lines.
See, even when it comes to security, like I mess that up every time. Like for whatever reason, I get nervous, even though I know I have nothing.
Uh-oh.
And like my hands will like kind of have like a slight shake to them.
Ooh.
Like I act like I have something that I'm concealing. I have to tell myself in my head, like, what do you just relax? By me telling myself to relax, it just spikes. I get searched every time. Every time they bring me through and they're like, we'll pat you down. we'll make sure. And it's like, I get why. I look like I'm up to something, but
You're that guy.
yeah,
No,
I
bad
always, luck.
I always laugh every time that I fly. If I usually always wear my sweatpants, my trusty sweatpants. There's the zipper on the left side. It always goes up. So it's always like the conundrum of the security guard going, "Do you mind if I pat you down here in public?" Or I'm like, "Just pat me down right here. I'm good to go." Let's, So it's always so funny, but it's crazy. It's like I usually always wear sweatpants every time I fly, and it's about 50-50 sometimes, and it's the same airport. So I'm like, so what's different today with my sweatpants that weren't with the last time? But I got to wear my shoes today. I didn't have to take off my shoes.
Hey, there you go. Now you're back in the beautiful capital city of Lincoln, Nebraska.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah. What are you doing down here? I know you told me off.
Going deer hunting. So
what's the best buck you've ever shot, points wise?
Probably either. I want to say 6x6, but it probably 5x5 probably.
Okay.
Or 5x5. But see, the little stubby things count if they're a certain length. So probably a 6x6.
Okay. Because every now and then there's some monsters. Do you butcher it yourself and make jerky out of it?
Nope. We take it to a processing place.
Okay, fair enough. We never did either.
But we're like doctors out there, getting the meat all ready to go to take to the processing place. So
so you do get it ready.
So I'm like a surgeon. Just call me doctor.
That stuff that's a lot of work. I was never into the deer hunting because it is a ton of work to do that.
See, this is good. I like the hunting. I don't like having to like cut up the deer.
Yeah, you got to hang them, skin them,
especially if it's cold. Ooh, I don't like that. And the shooting of the deer, it's like, I know you have to do it when you're hunting, but I just feel it's such a letdown. It's almost like football teams, for instance, like they work all year to win the championship. And then you see a lot of players when they win the championship, finally, it's kind of a letdown because it's like, now what? We won the title, but it's, I have the fun of the hunt. I like the hunt. And then once you shoot the deer, you're just like,
get all the rewards though. Then you get the jerky.
But it's like over. It's like done. Like the worst for me is like going hunting and seeing a deer within like 30 minutes of your hunt starting.
Yeah.
And it's like, now what am I going to do? I mean, yeah. So I'm weird like that.
I didn't do it a whole lot. I always wanted to get into bow hunting.
Yeah.
I told you the story. It takes so much weight on those. I got humbled the one time. I was like, I need to hit the gym before I start pulling back these compound bows. Cause I think my buddy was pulling, like at a young age, he was like already pulling 60, 70.
Ooh.
So I was like, gee, maybe I'm overshooting it, but I feel like 60 was the number. I feel like that's pretty fair weight to pull back on the bow. And I just remember not being able to do that. Yeah. But that's their idle chit chat.
Yeah, that is. So did you see the college football playoff tonight?
No. What do you mean college football playoff?
They released the
schedule. Okay.
No,
I have not looked at it yet. Who's all ranked in it?
Yep. So I'll tell you what, if the college football playoff was going to start today, I love the games. Like I really love the possibilities of the second round games. So you've got, okay, I'll read them off for you.
All right, perfect. We'll read them off, then we'll throw it to break and
we talk about it. Okay.
Yeah.
So if this would be the first round tonight, if the college football playoff would start, you'd have Tulane at Texas Tech, Notre Dame at Oklahoma, Miami at Ole Miss, and Alabama at Oregon.
Those are all really good games.
I love those games.
If that was the picture, I really don't think anyone could complain. And then talk about some teams that maybe should be in.
And then when we come back, we can talk what the second round will look like. We could predict, and the second round looks even better.
I like it.
I mean, I'm ready, but but that's another thing. I'm ready for the college football playoff, but I'm not ready for college football season to be over.
It's always so fleeting. We just had Jalen Reyes in here, Nebraska volleyball assistant coach, and even just like kind of talking about the regular season, it's like, man, I think it's 3 or 4 regular season games left, and then more in the postseason.
Yeah.
And then as all the fun of the undefeated season can just go away, depending on how we look. I think they will do well. Don't get me wrong, but it's kind of when you get to that point where it's like, all right, it's a 1-game territory.
Yeah, I mean, everything you've done basically, other than getting a seeding and getting a good place in the bracket.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter anymore.
You lose one and you're done. I mean, that's the crazy thing about sports. It's wild.
Luckily for me, I'm a basketball fan, so I got the next slate to look forward to, where it's like college hoops, NBA, that'll be going on. And then when the NBA gets that dead period, college hoops picks up. All right, with that being said, we'll talk about the college football playoffs, what could possibly be the college football playoffs. Let me correct myself. Don't go anywhere. Raff's Good Take on Sports. Harrison Arns pushing the buttons. We'll talk to you in a bit.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out the all-new Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide the smooth energy to get you through the day. Home of free samples and better than internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found at Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their Big Fatty 7-ounce hamburger or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Go Hog Wild Pet Barbecue. It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at gohogwild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in season? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Fern as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Fight fans, Dynasty Combat Sports returns to the Pinnacle Bank Arena on Friday, November 21st for a massive night of cage fighting action. UFC veteran Derek Minner headlines as he faces Missouri's Jacob Ritchie. In the co-main event, Lincoln's Nate Morrow battles Ashton Caniglia, with Sean Lindgren and Jeremy Small throwing down in the featured pro bout. Local prospects Easton Edmund, Boudin, and Andrew Huffman lead the amateur side. 16 total fights are set for another electric night in the cage. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.com or the arena box office. Fight card.
Back to Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket, with all the good takes you need. Here is your host, Chris Raff.
Welcome back in segment number 2. Let's talk some college football potential playoffs on Raff's Good Take on Sports. We broke it down. So if it were to start today, we went through it. The 1 seed Ohio State, the 2 seed Indiana, the 4 seed Georgia, and 3 seed A&M, 4 seed Georgia. Those are your buys. And then it would be Notre Dame versus Oklahoma to decide who plays Ohio State. Tulane versus Texas Tech, decide who plays Georgia. Miami versus Ole Miss, that'd be a great game right there. Decide who plays Texas A&M, and then Alabama, Oregon, decide who plays Indiana. And how about Indiana getting a bye? Year 2, Kurt Signetti.
There we go.
If it were to wrap up,
and then the quarterfinals is when the bowl games start.
Yeah. So I don't know if I really like that. It feels like the teams that get the bye should get the home, not the teams in that first round.
Yeah.
And then move the bowl games to the first round. But I get why.
Makes a point. Yeah,
but like,
true.
I think if you get the bye, you should also get the home field advantage.
Yeah.
Because Ohio State, you saw that last year where, I guess they weren't the home field advantage. They had to play on the road and beat Oregon, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And then they had a run. But I don't know. I just feel like you should get an advantage at home if you're going to be that second.
But
that bye.
I mean, those second round games, potentially. I mean, I know we're way ahead of the gun. There's going to be losses. There's going to be wins. There's going to be movement. But I love this. Like Tulane, Texas Tech. Say Texas Tech wins. You got Texas Tech and Georgia. I like that game. It's 2 different types of teams. I love that. Notre Dame, Oklahoma. One of them potentially plays Ohio State. I mean, that right there, that just screams college football. I mean, that's
a beautiful one.
Oh,
all 3 of those teams, both Notre Dame versus Ohio State or Oklahoma,
I'm good
Ohio
with
State.
Anyway, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Ohio State. I'm good with both of those games. And then you got Texas A&M. You got Miami, Ole Miss. Say Ole Miss wins. You have Lane Kiffin. What's going on with Lane Kiffin? Nobody knows what's going on. But you have Ole Miss versus Texas A&M. And then Alabama, Oregon. And then going to play Indiana. I'm good with either Alabama or Oregon to play Indiana. I mean,
that'd be a good matchup too, because Alabama doesn't really have a run game they can lean on as much as they have in years past. So it'd be kind of a shootout. Oregon, Bama. That'd be a high scoring game.
I mean, these games, I just love it, and just I'm excited for it, and just seeing that come out. I think this was probably the first one where I actually watched it where it was talked about right at the very beginning tonight. The rest I've checked it, after it was announced, but I kind of took attention tonight, and I was like, wow, I like the way this is setting up. I like these teams. And then I was looking to, do you think your first and second team out, BYU and Utah, do you think that they deserve to be in? Do they have an argument if they're left out?
I think a light one.
I don't think it's complete chaos. Like, how dare you leave that team? And I think you've done that. You've done the playoff right when you make your announcement and there's no serious, like, why in the world were they left out? And so I think the college football playoff so far has done its job. But as we all know, and with the NCAA, craziness can ensue at any moment. So
yeah, it's just BYU. It's kind of part of being in the conference you're in as well in the Big 12. They just don't really have those marquee wins. And they had an opportunity versus Texas Tech, but it was 28-7. They got blown out. Cincinnati falling out of the rankings does not do them any favors. If Cincinnati was still a highly ranked team, they could sneak in there. But they got Cincinnati and UCF. Neither of those wins are going to move the needle for them. And then looking at Utah, if BYU's not getting in, Utah's not.
Yeah, so I like it. I love those teams. The only way that would make that better is if Nebraska was in there somehow, some way, somehow. But we probably lost that for this year. However, I love the teams I love those 12 teams. I think it'd be a fantastic college football playoff. I mean, looking at it, it's like I still don't think I'm set on really any team for the national title. I mean, Ohio State's played well this year, but I don't think they're the legitimate clear cut.
Is it crazy to lean on Indiana?
I mean, is it?
Because I feel like the most consistent. Which is, year 2 already. But I mean, to me, Indiana had the one scare with Penn State.
Yep.
And then they took care of business.
Yep.
And then they had a scare with Iowa. Those are the teams they seem to struggle with, those really big physical teams. But even then, they still found a way to pull it out. And then Mendoza, I mean, he's had his moments where when it comes to the clutch, he's been able to deliver. So, like,
well, they've had their game, the close game they pulled out, keep their season of destiny alive.
Who are the best teams in this? Like,
then you got Texas A&M, like what they did last weekend.
They might actually be, because they've been just blowing teams
coming back from 30-3.
Yeah.
So now you galvanize your team. Yeah, it wasn't the game that they wanted from a score standpoint, but from what they came back from and what they overcame. Now they're thinking, well, maybe we're the team of destiny.
Well, that was the first time they really had to fight and claw back, too, and to do it to that extent.
And they did. And it was crazy about it was, I spoke to a friend of mine, and I'm like, 30-3, holy cow. And he's like, they have the ability to come back. He said that at 30-3. And to see it happen the way it did, I was like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. So, I mean, and then you got Georgia. I mean, they lost to Alabama.
Georgia feels down this year. Not by much.
But they're just so, I think it's just, they're just so well coached that they've got the talent. They've got, Kirby, who does what Kirby does. So they'll be in the thicket of things. And then is there a team that crawls out of the first round? Is there a team is there any potential upsets?
It feels like, I don't think Oregon pulled off. I don't know if Bama, it feels like it's got to be a Lane Kiffin Ole Miss year if he's going to do it.
No.
Because they've been pretty consistent. Otherwise, I'll be honest, none of those first rounders really scare me a lot. It feels like the bye kind of worked out perfectly this year.
For me, I know it's like the blue blood teams, but I think Notre Dame, Oklahoma, I think they could give Ohio State fits.
I think Notre Dame would be the best chance to make some noise. Because that is, with Freeman, a little bit of redemption from last year as well.
But it just seems like
I mean, you're splitting hairs here with all these.
But you just look at like the parity of it this year. Like last year, you looked at some of those games and you were just like,
well, you had SMU and
I was like, they're not going to win, even though they might have got a bye. Even though I give credit to Arizona State, I mean, they played amazing, almost pulled out the game, but it's like, but I look at this year's and I just like, I love the parity in it. And I love that there's really no clear cut. Like, this team's going to roll to a national title. And then, you look at Ohio State, for instance, they got the number 1 seed. They play Michigan. Michigan always gives Ohio, what happens then? Then does Indiana move up and they're the number 1 seed? And then, so then you have a chance to, I mean, it's wild. All the scenarios that are going to take place over the next, what do we got? 3 weeks remaining? 3 weeks?
3, I think. I mean, and if Alabama wins, like DeBoer, would there be a coach that fit shoes? Like those are massive shoes to fill. Like it'd be like the best job I think someone could actually pull off. Walking into that atmosphere, you lose to Florida State, and then you somehow get right. And now you're sitting here, if the season ended today, in a good playoffs.
Well, look at Alabama, for instance. They're sitting at number 10.
Yeah.
So we were talking about this last night. There's a good possibility. Say Auburn always plays them tough. They lose to Auburn, they're done. So they're out of it. However, there's a good chance Alabama beats Auburn, goes to the SEC championship game, and beats Texas A&M. So they're going to work themselves up to a 10 to, you'd have to put them at 3 or 4.
Yeah, they take the bye away.
I mean,
they swap.
It's crazy. And then even Ole Miss, they're sitting at 6. How does that work? Like they win out, teams in front of them lose. I mean, is there a chance, that Ole Miss could get a bye, or does the championship team get the bye of the conference, or is there any possible way that
I think the championship team gets the bye?
Okay, so there's no way that Ole Miss can get a bye.
They'd have to win the championship,
and they can't because
no, they're out of contention.
All right, yeah. So I'm excited. This is going to be a fun college football playoff. I really think that this is one where I'll be able to sit down and watch every single game and be intrigued by every single game.
Yeah, it's the 5 highest ranked conference champions.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, so it is champions. I didn't think they'd change that, but I'll be honest, the year 2 of this already looks awesome. It already looks like an idea that should have happened a long time ago.
Yeah, we were saying that, but like we said before, the NCAA, they are
drag their feet on everything.
They're a little bit different, so they don't believe in. Well, usually I always say they believe in making money, but this is the one thing where they're going to make a lot of money that they should have done a long time ago and made a lot more money. But
I think they just don't like moving or doing things. I think they just kind of like, this is the formula. It will be and forever be.
Yep.
No need, no cause for change.
Yep.
And then like as the sport adapted, they just never moved.
And then you're always looking at all these other sports for years that have had the playoff version. Like I remember, this goes way back before, I'm probably 94, 93, 90. Actually, might have been before that, 92 maybe. Like I remember Pittsburgh State playing like the Emporia states and working their way up. I remember Wisconsin Whitewater when Coach Leipold was the coach at Whitewater, and then working their way through. And it was just that playoff format. It works so well. And why it's took so long is just so frustrating. And like,
well, they're focused on the more important things like allowing gambling.
Well,
for college students.
Like I guarantee you that Coach Solich would have been the head coach. There would have been no Bill Callahan era. There might not have been, a Bo Pelini era, because in '99, if Nebraska is in a playoff, they win the national championship hands down that year. But since they gave up the game to Texas earlier in the year, they weren't able to play in the national championship game. But Nebraska was, I'll go to my grave, that the 99 Nebraska team was the best team in the country that year. They would have beat Florida State, and they would have beat Michael Vick and Virginia Tech.
That kills me. Yeah, so my parents did this thing. I have 3 older brothers. And, when there's like a championship, they're like, here's the coin. You can get a, championship coin. So 3 older brothers, 1, 2, and 3. I was born in 99.
You would have got a coin.
I would have gotten a coin. You would have. If the playoffs would have been there the year I got born, I would have got my coin instantly. Instead,
well, I know
26 years
I know
down the road.
they listen from time to time. So I'm saying you get him that coin because Nebraska was the clear-cut number 1 team that year.
Maybe that's what I'll just tell my parents. Like, just go make custom-made ones.
Yeah.
Call it Nebraska
The
Cornhuskers.
Raff 1999 national champion was Nebraska that year. And that is an unbiased, from the outside looking in, Nebraska was the best team at the end of that year.
Maybe that's what you can put on your merch line. Raff's Roadies coins.
Raff's Roadies.
You declare champions.
Yep.
They didn't get.
National champion, Nebraska Cornhuskers.
I like it. That being said, anything left on the college football playoffs?
I think I'm good. I think I've rambled pretty good on that.
Anybody feels like they missed, like we talked about BYU, Tennessee sitting there at 8-2. I don't think they have an argument. Louisville. Nebraska. Louisville, Nebraska, Tennessee, they all kind of fall in that same category.
I don't know if Nebraska falls in that category because you got the USCs of the world.
Push them up.
Or push. Or
yeah, come on. It's
three lost Nebraska.
Yeah, no, they're not. They don't belong in the conversation right now. I just threw them in there because I'm biased. But no, they won't. But I think Tennessee probably has an argument. I don't think it's strong. To your point, the way it sits right now, why I think it looks so great is because there isn't any super loud arguments that come.
Yeah, there's no chaos. Like there's not going to be that one team that you're just going to sit there and be like, well, they could have had a chance.
And there's no matchups that look like snoozers either.
No, there doesn't. And I like that. And that's going to be must-watch television. And that's what I look for compared to what we've had to deal with, in the prior years where it was just one tie or two game or semifinals, finals, and all the rest of those bowl games were just kind of like, whatever. Yep. So you're gonna get those players that continue to play and not say, well, I'm gonna sit this out. So
even for us, like we get better bowl games as a result.
Yep.
So in Nebraska, hopefully they get a couple more games. Hopefully they get a couple more wins. Might be able to get to a nice bowl game down in San Francisco. All right, cherry pick if you could pick out of this layout right now. If you could cherry pick a national championship game before we go to break, who would you want?
Ooh, man, that's tough.
It's I like the teams on the right are a lot more interesting to me than on the left.
Who would I? Okay, so I'll say, man, Ohio State, Indiana, but will they have already played in the Big Ten title game?
Yeah, they will.
So we'll already seen that matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This is gonna be crazy.
I would like to see I think it'd be crazy if Texas Tech pulls it out somehow, and you get a Texas Tech versus Texas A&M. State of Texas.
Could you imagine the University of Texas if that happened? Could you imagine
about Texas
being the preseason number 1?
That would be fun.
And you're watching Texas Tech and
Texas A&M.
Oh my goodness!
And you're sitting there.
So would all Nebraska fans be rooting for Texas Tech then?
I think we'd just all be in Texas DMs saying,
Or
"Boy,
would you root for Texas A&M and Trev Alberts?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
that's kind of between a rock and a hard place.
And would you have thought that our great wide receivers coach would have a national championship the year after he left Nebraska?
Yeah, there's a lot of headlines in that one. If that one comes to fruition,
like who are you rooting for?
That's probably a coin flip for me.
Yeah,
I'm probably just happy Texas isn't in it. Like that's enough. Like obviously there's all the other factors into it, but I mean, nobody would have predicted Texas out of all these Texas schools. Texas would be the one that falls flat on their face.
So who would be your team that you would? Not saying they're going to win it, but who's the team? Who's the bandwagon that you'll jump on for this playoff if it ended like this?
Kurt Cignetti and the boys,
Indiana.
Yeah, I just think the way he's just challenged everybody, you tip your cap. It's fun to watch. It scares the daylights out of me because they're in the Big Ten, and I don't like to see them look that dominant. But I mean, it's just if you could pick any Big Ten school that had no shot in the next 25 years, I'd bet 9 out of 10 people would have picked Indiana.
Yep.
And then in year 1, you make the playoffs. In year 2, right now, you're projected to have the bye, and you're sitting 2 overall.
Yeah, that's wild.
If you win this one, that just puts the entire college football world at notice. Like, oh my Lord, this guy just got started. Thank goodness he was at James Madison for as long as he was. That'd be the one I want to see. I don't know if you got a favorite.
Roll Tide.
Oh, duh. That's right. Of course it's Bama.
But the thing with Alabama, though, the thing is, I've been watching it. So these players, I start to, I've always been kind of crazy. Like, I have a great football retention mind. So I start watching the Alabama games, and I start, the players like Josh Cuevas, Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams, Palm, it's like I start kind of associating with the players a little bit. So I'm like, Alabama, but
the people. Once you know the faces, it's
then after this past weekend, I'm like, oh boy, they don't have a running game. They're in trouble. But I probably catch myself, rooting for Alabama.
That's what I never had.
But also, I catch myself rooting for Oklahoma too.
Oh, that's gross. Why?
I always had respect for Oklahoma. Like it's always been. Like the rivalry, Nebraska-Oklahoma rivalry was a mutual respect rivalry. I mean, it might have been pure hatred in like the late 70s, early 80s, but it grew into like something like, I don't know.
Mutual respect.
I mean, I look back on those years in the 80s, like I can name Oklahoma football rosters, quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, just as well as I can name Nebraska. I mean, when you walk in like a few years back when Oklahoma was in town, and you have like Joe Washington, Marcus Dupree, Billy Sims, Josh Heupel, all these Oklahoma players, Elvis Peacock. I mean,
that's an easy name to remember.
J.C. Watts. I mean, you have all these Oklahoma players, so it's sort of ingrained in your mind. And now they've got John Mateer. I don't know. So Oklahoma would probably be one of those teams that I'd root for also.
All right, I mean, fair enough. I just was like growing up, and all the older people told me like you got to hate those guys. So I feel like I'm getting mixed signals here.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like you wanted to beat them, but you also had mutual respect from. Now, early, I think there was hate for Oklahoma. I believe in that,
but nothing ever close to like Miami, I'd imagine.
No, I think Miami was pure hatred.
Yeah, that's the one
pure hatred.
Like I never hear.
But what happened in '83? I mean, that's just pure hatred. Yeah, but Oklahoma, it grew into something crazy. Like, but even like, and I think it was just the relationship that Coach Osborne and Coach Switzer had with each other.
Yeah,
like you have two completely opposite individuals, completely opposite, but formed a friendship. So it was kind of like Nebraska, Oklahoma, two completely opposite, what they thought, but ended up being a lot alike. Like it was crazy. Oklahoma's Memorial Stadium's in Oklahoma, Memorial Stadium's in Lincoln. It's just something that it grew into like a mutual respect. Like even now, if Nebraska played Oklahoma, which they have, the mutual respect. I mean, it was crazy when they were in town. Like all the Oklahoma players that came to Nebraska, all the Nebraska players, like I know, like Ricky Simmons, Mike Rozier, all those guys still go down to Oklahoma and play in a golf tournament every year. You know?
Yeah, and there's that game of the century not too long ago, and that was like it was a big deal. I mean, people showed out all the alumni. So, I mean, fair enough with that. Maybe I was just taught wrong about Oklahoma.
No, you weren't. I remember several years Oklahoma made me cry. I was like, oh no. Keith Jackson's running down the sidelines on a tight end reverse. I mean,
so for me, that sounds better than Iowa kickers making you cry.
Yeah,
that's almost sad.
Yeah,
that's really sad.
I do not. There's no mutual respect for Iowa. I do not like Iowa.
All right, we can agree on that one 100%. Don't go anywhere. Raff's good take on sports. His good take coming up next.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years. And I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O, sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Acreage owner getting ready for winter? Make it easy with John Deere compact tractors and gators from Acres Equipment. Add snow blowers, front blades, cabs, heaters, and loaders to tackle every chore. Right now, in-stock units are priced to move with competitive financing to fit your budget. Get winter ready today at acres.com. Acres Equipment, your acreage handled. Financing subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial. Not all customers qualify. See dealer for details.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, and family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetable chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
Every home is different. Every family is different. So when it's time for a new heating and cooling system, why not get what fits you best? Get the perfect fit with Bryant. Maybe you need higher efficiency, better humidity control, increased warranty, or all the bells and whistles. Bryant provides options in warranty, features, comfort, and efficiency while maximizing savings. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111, or visit BryantLincoln.com. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Back to Raff's Good Take on Sports on 93.7 The Ticket. With all the good takes you need, here is your host, Chris Raff.
Welcome back in Raff's Good Take on Sports, and it is now time for Raff's Good Take just in life in general. Appreciate you guys listening. If you guys gonna want to get a final second comment in there, feel free to do so, but we got a little time here left. Raff, what do you got for us tonight?
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take is one that I've been wanting to give out here, and I just was like finding the right time for it. Tonight, being back in Lincoln, Nebraska, the great city, I want to give out Raff's Good Take to Mr. Nick Maestas of Muchachos.
They're going to say Nick Sainer for a moment. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, we ain't going that far. Come on now. No. So, but Nick Maestas at Muchachos started a food pantry about a month ago. Came out some numbers, over 4,200 in meals given out, 3,500 pounds of pantry items given out. Just what he does for the community and being there for the people in need. Nick, Muchachos, just amazing. Always Raff's Good Take, and you are Raff's Good Take tonight.
I like that one. He's awesome. Were you in Lincoln when we had that crazy storm that all the other radio station signals went out somehow because our tower was far enough south? Ours didn't get affected.
You guys gave the reports.
Yeah, we were here till midnight.
Yeah.
And this is before we did midnight. And it was crazy because we became like a weather station.
Yeah, you guys were giving reports. I remember that.
Everything got knocked out. It was insane. So people were feeding us information, telling us what streetlights were out. It was great. Nick sees us working late at night. He brings us, I can't remember what it was. It was like a macaroni meat burrito. It was so good. So thank you for the burrito. And like, of course, he didn't charge us. He just said thank you.
Hatch I bet that's what it was. Hatch Mac.
I think you're right. I think that's what it was. So try that if you haven't. It is phenomenal. I loved it. I ate the entire thing in my 5-minute break. I'm pretty sure I just wolfed it down. But no, he's great. And he rewards people doing nice things with nice things.
Yep.
You couldn't meet probably a nicer human being. So that's a great one. Shout out to Nick. All right, Raff. Final words. As always, I'll give them to you. You're in Lincoln, so the people.
Lincoln, Nebraska. Everyone, be nice to each other, and we will talk to you later.